What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Gamers for Life podcast, where each and every Saturday we discuss all things games. One of your hosts, Jerrell. With me is my co-host, my right-hand man, my ABXY, Arthur. What is happening, dude?
Not much.
Yep.
It's a good day. Woke up not too long ago. Had some juice.
Nice.
Energy drink. But no, doing good. You know, of course, we'll be talking more about it. Gamescom stuff, but something else happened, and my long-awaited 16-year wait of a sequel, Psychonauts 2. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, so that dropped, like, that came out the first day of Gamescom, the 24th. Mm-hmm. So if you're listening to this, it's already out. Yeah. And also reminder, it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Xbox, PC, and cloud.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm like an hour into it. I would have played more, but because I was streaming it and my PC kind of got messed up and yada yada. Well, it's one of those games where they get you back into the game by immediately, like, the game just starts.
Okay.
Like there's like a 5-minute like previously on Psychonauts, which I think is absolutely fair.
Oh wow.
Because it's not like it just came out like 6 months ago. It came out like more than a decade and a half ago. So,
right.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff's happened since.
So previously on Psychonauts, and then the game drops you in the first level. I was telling you, oh my god, it's kind of like gross. Yeah. Because it's like it's dentistry themed. Mm. So there's like teeth everywhere and gums and cavities and shit. Oh my god. And there's so the psyche of this evil dentist, to progress the doors are teeth zipper. There's zipper teeth doors. Oh. There's zipper teeth, so you have to unzip this vertical row of teeth, and they open like it's fun gross. If you never play like a Tim Schafer or Double Fine game, it's like the closest thing we'll get to like a game brought to you by Tim Burton.
Okay.
In terms of the imagery and the style, no one's realistic. Like, there's people that are green and blue. We're just like, okay, moving on. Contorted faces and shit.
Wow.
So yeah, like I said, best way you can subscribe a Double Fine game, which, by the way, apparently they're celebrating their 20th anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Because that's the
20th anniversary, dude. That's crazy.
20 years of Double Fine. That was because that comes up during the credits. But yeah, I've been playing that. It's fun,
and it's getting really good reviews, really high reviews. So that's really positive as well.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It brings you back to you can just feel like it brings you back to the age of like the classic platformer. But of course, the biggest upgrade to classic platformers, the camera. That's you play a classic platformer like Crash Bandicoot, and the camera is notorious for just fucking killing you.
The camera is awful, the worst thing in the world.
But no, it's good. It's good.
Nice.
That's been kind of that. Just been chilling.
Nice. Very cool, man. Well, for all of you watching, hello, welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube. And then obviously, if you're listening to us as well, be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast application. And if you want to check out, say, when Arthur streams via the Twitch stream, managing the Twitch stream, if you want to keep in tune with, say, the episodes or whatnot, whether it be the video game clips, the full episodes, or just anything related to Gamers for Life, supporting Gamers for Life, whatever the case may be, go to linktree.com/Gamers for Life. That is the one-stop shop link to check out all our stuff. And here at the Gamers for Life podcast, we read the news while you can listen or watch what you choose by clicking on the links of the time code within the description of the episode. So you can go to the specific segment of what you want to check out. So feel free to do that if you'd like to do so, or if you just want to listen or watch the whole thing, feel free to do that here at the Gamers for Life podcast. One funny, interesting FYI, 80% of our viewers are not subscribed. So imagine if you were to get this great content and you know about when it comes out, because you get notified because you clicked on the notification button after you subscribed. It's an amazing world. So be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you a part of the Gamers for Life family. So please be sure to do that. And as we were talking about off air, Gamescom.
That's
pretty
the big
cool.
that's the big news.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad, because this time last year it was like events. What's that? I say that this year is digital only, but just real quick, I would say I feel like this was the first gaming event that kind of didn't 100% feel like it was digital only. Like it felt like it just ran smoothly. Like it just felt like just a normal fucking event.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
I don't know. It was just different. There's still, I'll talk about it more there, but it still has this cringe. But if they wouldn't have said like digital only event, I wouldn't have like noticed it.
Oh, okay.
Just been
Wow.
like, okay, here's Gamescom.
It sounds like they did a good job then, because I know like in general, like it's like the opposite, right? It's like, oh, we're just watching an assortment of videos, but if looking like an actual event, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I said, there's cringe and lizard people. So,
and then good old Jeff Keighley, he ran the ship on that, huh?
I forget.
It says host.
I didn't watch everything, but
Okay.
we'll get into it real quick. Definitely one of the it was one of the hosts. It was one of the hosts of one of the showcases that was hard cringe.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I have to put a clip on the YouTubes.
I'll send you a few.
Okay, yeah.
It's bad.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because if we can know who that is and whoever was watching this, that'd be hilarious.
One of them real quick. They're talking about Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
And how like it takes place in Mexico, and after the fucking video, the guy's like, "Wow, that Mexico looks muy bonito."
Muy, muy bonito. Muy, muy bonito. Muy, muy bonito.
I'm just
God.
Jesus fuck, dude. Like, why? Like, I mean, like, who wrote that? Fucking lizard people. Whoa, we're talking about Mexico? Muy bien. Like, we're not fucking Dora the Explorer. We're professionals. Jesus Christ.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Can you say console exclusive?
Oh my goodness. Well, just to kind of kick off here, for those who maybe aren't super privy on Gamescom, for it's currently going on, I believe. I don't think it's over yet, right?
No, there's still like little interviews and
video and shit.
exclusives, like more gameplay stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
like people playing demos and shit.
Yeah. Okay. Right
But in terms of new, like, wow, showcases, I don't think so.
Okay, right on. So just to kick off here, according to Polygon.com, says here, host Jeff Keighley brought a slew of news trailers, and updates to Gamescom 2021 opening night live kickoff show in a 2-hour live stream on Wednesday. There's a lot to digest, but you can catch up with all the Polygon story stream. But if you want the biggest titles, here they are. So to kick off, Saints Row Reboot has been revealed. Pretty interesting stuff here. It says there's a new Saints Row, and it's called Saints Row.
Love it. That just sums up Saints Row in a sentence. What is it? Saints Row. And yep.
And that's it.
Moving on.
This is developer Volition showed off the look and feel of Saints Row coming in 2022 in the debut trailer at Gamescom 2021. The new Saints Row is coming February 25th, 2022 for PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and PC via the Epic Games Store. It says if you want more, here's an in-depth look at the next Saints Row based off a preview of the game. That's interesting. I wonder how far they are into the development of the game. The reason why I say that is because, there's this long red tape, it seems like, this year showing of games that are held back specifically when they're trying to be made for all of the platforms. Obviously Cyberpunk being one of them. You have even Horizon's Forbidden West, being pushed back.
Which Horizon is that one a PS5 exclusive or both for PS5 and PS4?
The Horizon, that one is PS5 and PS4.
See, because that was one of the few PS4 games I was like truly.
Keep talking. I'm gonna plug in my phone. I forgot.
Got it.
The main video one.
Oh, no, nice. But real quick note, because like as an Xbox player from the outside looking in, Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, felt like that was like not only a console exclusive, but one of those like games to buy a console for. It was like, hey, if you're gonna be like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Last of Us, those are like arguably kind of like the main like in Ghost of Tsushima as well, but down those course is an upgrade. But those I feel like, welcome back. Those I feel like, were quote unquote like reasons to buy a PS, reasons to buy a PS4.
Yeah.
So Horizon Zero Dawn should have just been like a PS5 thing.
Yeah, you mean Forbidden West, right?
Yeah.
I agree. 100%.
Horizon 2.
Because like I think, and I feel like there's been and I know we'll continue on here, but there's been there's been a pattern of this, right? Because even for Spider-Man Miles Morales, originally everyone was like, oh, this is an exclusive PS5 game, and then eventually people found out, oh, it's on PS4 as well. And then that kind of like backpedaled people that wanted to originally get a PS5, and then people were just like, "Well, I don't have a choice because I can't find the console."
Yeah, and again, as much as people want to, and we both know we've covered it. Companies have blamed COVID. Yeah. But even if you remove COVID from the picture, there's especially with Sony and and Xbox has definitely issues with this too.
Yeah.
Of mentally like, oh, that game's coming out for next gen. Oh, I need the next gen console. Oh, it's coming out for this one too? Oh, fuck it. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right.
So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of those games like, fuck, looks like I got to save up and go to Best Buy. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, cool. Thanks.
Absolutely right there, man. Moving on here, one of the other things that got announced, this is kind of interesting. Midnight Suns is a new Marvel strategy game from XCOM creators. So let me see what it says here. Firaxis is making a Marvel superheroes game inspired by, but a very different from XCOM. Marvel's Midnight Suns is led by Jake Solomon, designer of XCOM, Enemy Unknown, and XCOM 2. And it features characters like Iron Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Wolverine in a turn-based tactical battles. It's coming to PC and console in March of 2022. I forgot that it was made by the XCOM guys. I actually really like XCOM.
I made a face when you said that because first of all, we've only had a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
And here's how, just to show you how little that shows you a gameplay. I had no idea this is by the XCOM makers, and two, if this will be an XCOM style game, which I assume so.
Yeah.
Which is the turn-based move over here, go there. So I was telling you while we were setting up of like, I feel like because of how much the Square Enix Marvel game failed, it's going to affect this one. I mean, how can it not? You know what I mean? Like it's not apples to apples, but it's like, for example, like the second Disney Star Wars movie, Last Jedi, because of how divisive and how quote unquote bad it was, or like at least how divisive it was. That's arguably why Solo didn't do as well, because people were still coming off of how bad, like the bad taste left in their mouth from Last Jedi. So if a lot of people know how much the Avengers Square Enix game failed, like me, I'm like, I'm not looking at this, and I feel bad, to a point, even though it's a totally different company, a different developer, I'm just still like, is this going to be a good game, or is this just another license grab for fucking Marvel?
That's a good point, and I think it kind of sucks because Firaxis is a really good game company. They make really good games. I really fuck with XCOM, Enemy, like all the Enemy Unknown. And,
great games, amazing games, and you won. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I think to get the bad taste out of everyone's mouth when it comes to the Avengers, Square Enix fuck up. I think they should have like some type of open beta or a demo. Just for people to try it, because I think you're right. I think having some type of demo will help cleanse the palate and really give this game a chance. Because I would hate for it to be under the dark shadow of the Marvel Avengers Square Enix nonsense. If they're really giving some sweet content,
and also come out and be open, which is arguably one of the reasons why the Marvel game failed. Be open about your microtransactions.
True.
I think that's becoming, real short soapbox thing. I think that's becoming like the new baseline of like transparency for video games, especially after the Battlefront and and FIFA fiascos of shit. Is games that don't we're seeing now games that traditionally do not have microtransactions starting to have them, and people, getting noticeable backlash over that, like the fucking, I told you, like one of those, whatever Tom Clancy fucking 5 series. There's a million fucking Tom Clancy. I feel like Tom Clancy died, and Ubisoft was like, fuck it, everything has a gun is a Tom Clancy game.
Right.
Even in that new fucking, was it like shooter, like
X-Deviant?
X-Deviant. That's
Tom Clancy's like, I had nothing to do with this.
It's like an Overwatch. It's like an Overwatch, but with like tactical shit, and it's, you know what I mean? It's like fuck it, Tom Clancy.
Siege.
Yeah. So, but what I was saying is, with the XCOM Marvel game is, again, be upfront with your transactions, because remember, not Square Enix, the XCOM people. They're in the world of microtransactions too, because remember, there's XCOM Mobile.
That's right.
So even they're dipping their foot in the water of shitty microtransactions. Yeah. So, again, seeing that we're going to kind of dial it back, connect the dots here. Yeah. Is because that was a factor of one of the factors of Square Enix fail, is they need to be upfront about this game.
I agree. I think microtransactions is such a it's just a sensitive subject. I mean, sensitive mainly because people don't want them, right?
Yeah.
I think they should be upfront with it. It's weird to me that EA was upfront about the Dead Space, remakes, where I was like, oh, no microtransactions, which, I at least give them kudos for that particular thing, not for everything else. But yeah, I agree. I think they need to be upfront with it, because I would feel bad if this actually was a really good game, and but I would feel swindled, like how a lot of gamers feel today, if, there is that thing. So yeah, transparency. Yeah.
And especially, again, and real quick, again, just to remind you how, like, to a point, like how shitty it was for the Square Enix Marvel game, is remember, you can pick up blue, and while you're in your inventory armor screen, it's like, oh, Iron Man has a purple chest piece or some shit. But when you play the game, he's not actually wearing a purple chest piece, because the only thing that changed your cosmetics were the buyable fucking things. Yeah. So it's like, what's the point of like looting? I mean, surely it has better stats, but what's the point of having your character physically change in your inventory screen, but not in the fucking game?
That's fair. That's a fair point.
One last thing with this, and one more thing too. One game they need to bring back that has a Marvel license, Ultimate Alliance. They need to bring back. They need to bring back Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Like, even like before the Avengers was the Avengers, that was the Marvel ensemble that everyone fucking loved. And the best mechanic of those games were like the team attacks. Like if you had a heavy character like Luke Cage, the Juggernaut, the Hulk, or the Thing, you could pick up Wolverine and throw him. And then if you had a laser or heat character, a beam character with a shield character, you can reflect it, like in the like in the movies, like in the movie The Avenger. I would argue that got popularized because of the games, because that was super cool. And that was like super cool if you're Iron Man, you shoot a Captain America and he reflects it. Like I love that scene. I love that shot in the Avengers, because for me that brought me back to the 2 Ultimate Alliance games.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yeah, that game was that series was before its time.
It really was. And I recently replayed it, like I retouched it like a year ago. I totally didn't notice how much of an RPG it is. Yeah, like there's level up, there's skill points, there's loot. I'm like, I don't remember this really being a quote unquote dungeon crawler Diablo style game. It was just like fun, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, there's like level ups and shit, and loot with stats. I'm like, I don't remember this.
Do you remember who worked on that? Do you remember the developer on that? I don't recall. I have to look it up.
I don't, but I'd bet money.
Good stuff.
It's probably I bet money might be one of those companies, because remember, it was under EA. I remember that. Yeah. It might be under one of those companies that EA was like, no $1 billion check for me. No check for you. Bye.
The ship sunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Now there was an Ultimate Alliance 3. But I want to say it was like, because I never played it, so it was an exclusive I didn't have.
It tanked, didn't it?
It tanked because I think it was like a mobile, or it was an exclusive. So I remember one, it was an exclusive that I couldn't get, which means it was either mobile, PlayStation, or PC, and then it tanked.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened with it, but I didn't play it. But the first two were gold, man.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember my brother, my because they were co-op too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were.
That was the thing.
Yeah, we were fucking shit up on that game. That's crazy.
I remember Wolverine and Deadpool were OP because they healed. They were kind of the medics because like a Diablo style game, it's like you're plowing through the minions and then the boss crushes you in 2 hits. But if you're you're Wolverine or Deadpool or a healer character, you're running around dodging while your health gets full again, and then you pick up on your friends. And I remember doing that because I was a Wolverine. I remember being the Wolverine character and just surviving because I fully maxed out my titanium armor stat and my health regen stat. So I had really high defense and health regen. So I'm like, everyone's dead, and I have to revive them.
Oh shit!
So I remember healing characters were OP.
Good old healer. So to continue on here for Gamescom, Halo Infinite. Now we've finally got some news around that.
Don't care. Don't care.
Yeah,
they should be ashamed. They should be ashamed that Halo is not cooperative day one.
Yeah. Yes. No. Yeah. You're right there. I do want to say though, it was kind of weird to me how the release date was found out about. Like, I feel like for a game as big as Halo, you would think that they would have a traditional release, like they would, that the release date wouldn't be leaked, because the date leaked before Gamescom even happened. It was it was through the Microsoft store, they posted it, but it wasn't like, hey guys, or Phil Spencer saying, hey guys, I'm excited,
here's a trailer, here's a date. Okay, leaked. Yeah. Okay. Again, no, I know we talked about last episode, but I think I was a little tired, or I don't know, I felt like I had mono or something. But
we're recording.
I don't. It's because the more of it is said to me, the more of it I've sat on it, the more I'm fucking pissed. It's like the 5 stages of grief. It's like there's no fucking co-op at a launch, and and I think it was just sadness or whatever. I was pretty much, when I first heard about it last week on last episode, I was disappointed. Yeah, I'm no more sitting. I'm like, dude, Halo, fuck you, man. You mean you're not cooperative day one? You're out. I mean, you have absolutely every right to feel that way. I feel that way too. I'm still gonna play the multiplayer, but I'm still gonna be I can't play with. We can't do co-op campaign until God knows when. 6 months after launch.
I'm really surprised that they're actually. Going forward with this strategy.
Do you know what sucks? We do the math. It's a year from now minus 2 months.
Yeah,
that's how long till we can play the fucking campaign together.
That's wild. Yeah.
And now think about that when Halo was first announced. Think of how long ago it was first announced, so we don't fucking have co-op. Again, I know we mentioned this last week, but it's just now hits me. It was the best way to describe it was, remember when I was a little sick and you were talking about how Sony was not going to be at E3, and I'm like, oh, okay, that sucks. And the more time went on, my brain just connected the dots. I'm like, wait, what the fuck do you mean?
It's wait a minute, they're not going to be at E3.
So again, I know it's I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but it's I've opened my eyes of it went from oh, that sucks, to now I'm like, wait a second, 6 fucking months. So again, sorry, just
no, definitely. So it says here in the article, it says Microsoft made it official that Gamescom Halo Infinite is coming to Xbox and PC December 8th, 2021. What's more is that Xbox is releasing a very nice Master Chief inspired Xbox Elite Series 2 controller and a Halo 20th Anniversary Edition Xbox Series X console later this year. You can pre-order them now if you've got the cash. I will say the console does look nice, but I just have such a bad taste in my mouth from all this bullshit.
You don't have to buy a second controller.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
So yeah,
that's very true.
Put that second controller in a fucking drawer. I'm sorry. It's like for me. It's and here's the thing. I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to shit on this, because just for fairness of how many times we shit on Jim Ryan.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me Halo, a flagship fucking founder of what built the Xbox, is in cooperative day one? Fuck you.
No, you're right, bro. You're right. I mean, we're being fair, and unfortunately, they dropped the ball on this. And yeah. I mean, it sucks. It's ridiculous.
I'm just, because I was cartoon steaming for a second. Where what was the release date again?
December 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't had too many December dates. Like, here's what I mean. The November December holiday clusterfuck hasn't been fully mapped out yet, huh?
I don't think so. And then I don't think so. You know what worries me too? Usually games that come out in December that get pushed back or they're bad. You realize that?
Yeah, something about the December, something about this. You're exactly right. Something about December launches and delay in the same sentence, just bad.
It's like bad juju month. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, because we know because I know Broketober's coming, and then we get like a few weeks of fresh air, and then the late November December holiday clusterfuck.
Yeah, exactly.
That that in the first week of September when we have customers at GameStop, kind of a list of games coming out. Expect me to read this shit?
Oh my god! Yeah, our old school PS2 customer who didn't want to read the list of games.
Still, one of my favorite phrases I've heard from a human being. Hey, can I have a list of things? Okay, here you go. Here's a list of things. And by definition, a list of things is a collection of words, usually in some type of order. And there's multiple words. So when you hand someone a list of something, you're going to have a list of words. So again, his fucking response.
Expect me to read this shit?
Expect me to read this shit? Like,
wipe your ass with it, I guess. So continue.
Oh man, memories.
Yeah. So speaking of PlayStation, Horizon Forbidden West is in fact delayed. They hear the Zero Dawn. The date has been updated. So it says here in quote, Guerrilla Games makes another release date official at Gamescom. Horizon Forbidden West coming to PlayStation 4 and PS5 in February 2022, a little later than originally planned. To make up for a bad but expected news about Forbidden West's release date, Guerrilla released a new patch for Horizon Zero Dawn, enabling 60 frames per second gameplay on PS5. Yeah, I remember we were talking a little bit about this off air. But yeah, for Forbidden West, I mean, again, I agreed that the notion of it should be just a PS5 exclusive. But it's, I'm wondering and part of me wonders too, if they're doing that because it's like they're worried about the amount of consoles that aren't going to be in customers' hands. So they're trying to get at least the purchase for the PS4.
No, this is still Cyberpunk Fallout. It is, dude. Again, Cyberpunk was not the first straw, but it was the last.
Yeah.
90% of those straws were Bethesda. I'm just being honest. Won't be a Bethesda game without all the fucking crazy bugs.
All the short straws, definitely Bethesda there. It says here, continuing on, says Death Stranding Director's Cut has a bunch of new stuff. It says here, want more, some new fun? Death Stranding Director's Cut for PS5 has that and more. Kojima Productions revealed in a nearly 9-minute video preview of the new game features. On the extended look at the Director's Cut, Kojima Productions shared new delivery tools like a cargo launcher and boots that decrease fall damage. BuddyBot 2 was shown in more detail. It's a new feature that lets Sam Porter bridges carry more cargo and even ride along as BuddyBot does all the hauling. There's also a firing range where players can practice with weapons and train and compete for high scores. And I guess there's more as well.
Real quick, a reminder from Kojima. The game is called Director's Cut Asterisk.
Yeah, he's like, I don't like the term Director's Cut.
I directed this game. This isn't a fucking Director's Cut. I know it's not Director's Cut because no one fucking called me.
Yes, I had nothing to do with this.
You know what I mean? If the director of your game's going, we're releasing what now? No.
Seriously, bro. Yeah, definitely not a Director's Cut, it seems like. So continuing on here, and these are usually words that don't really come out of our mouths just because, it's Call of Duty. But there is a first look for Call of Duty Vanguard and the gameplay for it. So it says here in quote, the first gameplay footage for Call of Duty Vanguard makes it look as much like a horror game as a World War II shooter. Vanguard's first campaign footage comes to the level in a game set in Stalingrad, with the character Polina Petrova, voiced as Laura Bailey. One of our 4 characters at the heart of Sledgehammer Games' global conflict that spans 4 theaters of war. And the interesting thing about this that you mentioned as well, that I caught on along with too, is that the Activision logo nowhere to be found.
Yeah, there. Because just a reminder, it is no longer Activision.
Yeah.
It is legally called Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
And one of those companies has been in the news a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely some hot water there.
In terms of Cosby suites and shit. So, and they're getting rightfully fucking sued.
Yeah.
So Activision's like, kind of just like,
Sledgehammer Games.
Sledgehammer Games and an anonymous company.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what happens there. I know they're supposed to be releasing some timelines for the beta when you pre-order it, and then also the beta coming out. I want to say it's later in, if not September, October. So we'll see what happens there. I believe the game's coming out November 5th, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I don't want to be a dick, but my response is I don't know. And I don't care. Like you're
That's
like
fair. I
you're
did preface
like,
this whole segment. I was like,
hey,
we don't
Arthur,
care about this?
Hey Arthur, when's it coming out? You're asking me? I don't give a fuck. I take shit's more important than fucking Call of Duty.
So continuing on here, we have Persona 5 crossing over to Super Monkey Ball, which is interesting there. So I guess following Sonic Hedgehog, Miles, Tails, Prower Beat from Jet Set Studio, and Kiru from Yakuza is the latest guest star coming to Super Monkey Ball. Banana Mania is Morgana from Persona 5. That's right. Sega and Alice are one, meaning all bets are off of who's getting the ball next. That's exciting. Looks like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge as April O'Neil. It's pretty sweet.
That's technically the sequel to the old school NES Turtles in Time.
Nice.
That's like that's like
That's the one Preston was talking that you were letting me know about, right?
Yeah, this was what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That like it's meant to look retro because it's technically a sequel to that game.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Interesting stuff there. So that's pretty sweet. Looks like, yeah, that's pretty sweet there. Let's see. And it looks like that's about it so far for Gamescom. Was there anything else on your end for Gamescom?
I got a few things.
Oh, yeah. What do you got?
Got fucking cringe guy. So for the Xbox showcase, I'll go a little more into it in a bit, but real quick for the Xbox showcase, there were two hosts, the male hosts, fucking cringe, dude. Like he was the guy of like, wow, that Mexican landscape in Forza Horizon 5 looks really muy bonito. I'm just like, fuck, dude, like. And like to be fair, I can't get mad because the people that's on stage do not write the script.
Yeah.
So I just feel bad that he's the face of somebody that's in a fucking room with no windows. This is how people talk. It's like, hey, it's like, hey, Jerrell, you know how when we got Mexican food? Don't you remember how after every time I eat a fucking taco, muy bien, like.
Quesadilla.
Oh my god! And so another example of this is they showed that so there's a couple collaborations happening.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over a few of the things that just real quick, other than the other in Gamescom, other than the showcase. So we mentioned the Persona 5 Monkey Ball collab. There's gonna be a Top Gun collab coming with the Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, Flight Simulator.
The Flight Simulators. And oh my god, so they say that. So they announce it. They show the trailer, and then the developer's talking about it. He's like, so you're saying is we get to go to the danger zone? Is exactly how he fucking said it. Exactly how he fucking said it. You mean we get to go to the danger zone? And I paused real quick. If you're listening to this, is him awkwardly just putting on the aviator glasses, and like not losing not breaking eye contact, not blinking like a fucking sociopath. Like
I have to find comments on the internet from that. That's ridiculous.
So let me see. So real quick, so we mentioned like the big, kind of like the AAA big list of games.
Yeah.
Let me go through a bunch of other ones that were kind of announced. Another thing that looked good in any game from the Microsoft showcase is a game called Stray Blade. That one looks really fucking cool. There's an interview with Tim Schafer. Need to watch. I'm hyped because we got the fucking trailer for the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Oh, awesome!
I can't wait for that. So for those of you who haven't really played the Lego Star Wars games, they're known for being, of course, other than fun, having a crazy amount of weird characters you can be.
Yeah.
This game's gonna have the most. Like by far. Like I think the second most is like, let's say 250. This has like over 300.
Oh shit!
Because it's the complete saga. That means it's a prequels, the original, the original trilogy, and then it's the like quote unquote the Disney trilogy.
Okay.
The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and what was the last one called? Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know the name of those movies that made $1 billion fucking dollars. Something shown for a game I'm excited for that made me less excited for it. Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Made by Rocksteady Montreal, who made the Arkham games.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But now the enemies, I don't know, it's becoming a thing, but I don't think it belongs in this game because we already had 3 games. They have like levels now and health bars.
Really?
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I'm probably gonna get. I might get it depending on how much more they show. I'm not gonna pre-order. Remember, I don't pre-order anymore. So because the cool thing about Gotham Knights is like real quick, picture like another Arkham game, but cooperative.
Okay.
Like that's the one where you can be Batgirl. So they showed like actual gameplay with Batgirl. By the way, I love her design. She has like a new cape trim thing. It looks really fucking cool.
Okay.
So I love her design. I love Batgirl's design. And show Batgirl and the Tim Drake Robin.
Yeah.
Going up against Mr. Freeze. Again, this is nitpicking here, but I don't like that his boss fight, because they showed the boss fight. His boss fight's just like a beat 'em up. Oh. When, if you remember, the original Mr. Freeze fucking boss fight in Arkham City was literally like a sneak thing. You had you had to and you couldn't attack. You couldn't do a stealth attack the same way. Like if you did a floor vent attack, he would freeze over all the floor vents. If you did a gargoyle drop down, he'd freeze other gargoyles. You could not do the same stealth attack twice.
That was a great boss fight.
It's I think it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best like modern day boss fights, because one, it's fully stealth, and two, it literally prevents you from doing the same thing over and over again. So again, just to have that, to go from that boss fight to the same character, again, arguably from the same studio, to punch him a lot, dodge, punch him a lot, dodge, punch him a lot. I'm just like, I don't know. That's like a Bane fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be like a good Bane fight, but no, again, just comparing it to the previous fucking Mr. Freeze fight. And any game that looks really fucking cool, Cult of the Lamb. That one looks fucking cool.
Really?
Style wise, it looks like Stardew Valley, but with the satanical cult that gives sacrifices to a lamb, and it's creepy because they're smiling the whole time.
Really?
It gave me the same vibes from the South Park episode, the Christmas Critters. Just because like this fox is smiling while it's being sacrificed as like a blood ritual to this cartoon goat, and it's just like, yeah, I get to die. They kill him. I'm like, and he's still smiling as his head's falling down a hole. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But it's like drawn. It's animated as like a cute cartoony style. So Cult of the Lamb, definitely look for that. And it's made by Devolver.
That's wild. Okay.
Which are consistently good, like platformer top-down shooter games. Like they're really good with those.
Yeah.
There's new Outlast coming out. I mentioned the new Marvel game. I'm just like, we mentioned it earlier. Is do you think we'll see them? I think because we're already 2 games in now. I don't think we'll ever see a Marvel game with the actual likeliness of the characters that help make billions of dollars.
Yeah, exactly, man. I just don't think I don't think a game company, at least when it comes to these game companies, they have the cachet and the cash rather to do that, which sucks, because it's like that's what we're accustomed to. We've seen God knows how many Marvel Avengers movies, And
if you remember the timing, not the release date, but the announcement, like the trailer for the Square Enix flop Marvel Avengers game, that announcement trailer came out curtailing. What's the word?
Coattailing?
There you go. Yeah, coattailing. The fucking the end game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would have been perfect time to have the likeliness. They didn't get it, and it's like I'm not. Again, that's not a huge reason, but I would argue that's, if not a factor for the fail, definitely a factor of disappointment.
Yeah.
You know, because like, what's the point of like showing us a game months after the last like the conclusion to a 10-year fucking story collectively, and not have it about them? It's like, it's like, if that was gonna be the case, they should have announced it like either the next year or like months later.
Fair point.
Since it didn't have the likeliness, because otherwise, like, what's the point? Again, what's the point of the timing of that game if you didn't have the likeliness?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, those were some things I want to mention from the other things that, you know, Lego Star Wars I'm hyped for. Also, the gameplay looked crazy. It's a really good trailer. Like, if you remove the Lego-ness from it, you would swear it's like a proper legit like movie trailer.
Wow,
it's done really well. It's done really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's worth a watch. You know, if you miss Gamescom, you know, you YouTube search it, and that trailer shows up, it's worth your 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely, sir. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I know we're almost out of the woods here with the Gamescom, but I wanted to close out the Gamescom segment with some of the responses from the Xbox fans here. You know, as you mentioned, there's the lizard people talking about the Forza. We have the release date for Halo Infinite, which a lot of people are like, what the fuck? So
I'm one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So
go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, according to comicbook.com, it says here in quotes that the Xbox Gamescom showcase has officially wrapped and fans seem to be a bit disappointed overall. The 90-minute stream featured some interesting reveals, including several additions to Xbox Game Pass, the competitive multiplayer coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Unfortunately, there just wasn't anything significant to scale. Gamers are always looking for the next big thing, and this showcase didn't have it. The showcase also featured no information about Halo Infinite with its absence. Let's see here. With its absence, seemed glaring. With 2021 rapidly winding down, it's just a matter of time until the game gets a release date, but fans will have to keep waiting in the meantime. Well, we have a release date, but I guess they actually didn't show any Halo Infinite during Gamescom, huh?
No, that which was a surprise for me.
Interesting. So there's a couple of funny tweets here. So one of them from Jeff's Gamer says, no Halo Infinite news today at Gamescom is mind-blowing. And there's a GIF from fucking Loki. Next person here says, where was Halo Infinite? If Microsoft doesn't even have confidence, then why should I? #Xbox, #Gamescom. Another person here, Michael Tolano, says, I honestly don't understand the purpose of the show was at Xbox. That was a wasted hour. Oh, and why are you bringing out so many controllers? No one's controller is going to wear out anytime soon when we don't have anything to play. Burn.
So that was in addition to the Halo controller. That was, mind you, the Halo thing, Halo trailer stuff wasn't a part of the Xbox showcase, but was like released online parallel to that.
Yeah.
So and the controller thing they're referring to, there's a Forza Horizon controller.
Oh, okay. So there's that controller.
And guess what, Jerrell? It looks muy bien. That's how people fucking talk.
Oh man. And then continue here, it says overall Gamescom, one person, Street Beat journalist, says overall Xbox Gamescom 2021 was meh. I do appreciate the show for reminding me about gunk.
Oh yeah, that game looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, another game that I wanted to mention that was released during the Xbox showcase. It's called Down. Yeah, it's called Down. At least based on my notes. No, I don't know what it's called. I forgot. I didn't write down what that's fucking called.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't write down what that's called, but like I told you, one of the things I like about Xbox, they do showcase a lot of indie games, like XCOM and one of the indie games they showcased was, I forget the name of it. It's like it looks like a classic. It's a game that's definitely like an homage to RE1. It's a top down zombie sci-fi shooter, but it's one of those like fixed cameras.
Yeah,
it's like one of those fixed cameras. It's like the perspective. It's like the perspective of a security camera, and you're controlling it. And like the left and right is based off the perspective of the camera.
Oh, okay.
like the original Resident Evil.
Ah,
You know what I mean, with those shitty, you didn't have camera controls. You just had movement controls.
Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like an homage to Resident Evil 1. So, I mean, I get the point. I would definitely agree with the people saying like, "Where's Halo?" Because again, that's like the biggest Xbox thing arguably we're waiting for.
Yeah.
But I still like the conference as a whole.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7.5. I can't give it an 8, but not like arguably the 5s and 4 vibes that people are giving it.
For sure. Definitely.
But again, that's just me. I'll admit I'm biased towards indie. So if you're a person that doesn't give a shit about indie, and you're like, "Where's my Halo?" Then yeah, it's like, hey, this conference was a 4.
Yeah, and at least they're supporting indie, unlike Microsoft, or not unlike Sony. Because there's a couple of games that is interesting, but a lot of them are just really kind of like absent on the Sony platform. I will say for Xbox, the main indie, before we transition to the next topic, 12 Minutes. Did you play that one?
I need to. It's out. I've heard great things.
Really,
it keeps showing up on my HUD of like Xbox Game Pass recommended for you. I need to play that.
It's really good. Yeah, I was like, wow, like I'm really impressed. And it's funny. Even Hideo Kojima, he was talking about it on Instagram, and he was like, "Wow, this makes you want to create an adventure game." And I was like, "We want you to create a game."
Yeah, just do it. Give us a game.
Yeah.
No, I need to check that out.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, fuck. The reason it sounds like I'm thinking, because I am. Not successfully, because I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. I was like, "Come on, brain, what? It's there."
It's like, wait, nope.
No, no, it's gone. I don't know. Fuck. I don't. I was thinking like another horror or just something like that.
We'll just jump in if.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jump in if.
Yeah. This. I was gonna say another game that caught me by surprise. Not in the Xbox showcase. Just real quick. That's a good thing. Indie game. That's what I was thinking of. We're speaking of like cool like indie games or like not huge AAA. Again, as an Xbox, I'm an Xbox guy, but this is for a Sony game. I want to see more of that one game that's kind of like Pikmin combined with Zelda. It's like the girl and that staff, and that's all about the runes and the little fuzzy black ball little creatures.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called. It's like
I forget too.
Naya, whatever. Because the name of the game is the character's name. And it's like an interesting, quote unquote, exotic or like old school name. Yeah, it's like it was a game being called Pikmin mixed with Zelda. Yeah, I want to see more of that.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not too certain. I'm not too certain on that one, but definitely will be interesting. Hopefully, we get to hear more about that in the future.
I would say one more Sony thing. Well, we saw a little more Sifu.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, we saw a little more Sifu, and then that's the game that people were excited for. And me and Preston were like, okay, that was like at the E3 thing. That was one of our more not E3, but how Sony released like a few trailers outside of E3, or there's like their last showcase. Sifu is the game where it's like a martial arts beat 'em up, but every time you get older. So when the trailer was showing like some badass, Asian, old school elder Asian martial artist with like classic long, like Sifu beard. Yeah, I'm like, so we got more gameplay of that. And the combat looks smooth. I would say the combat's like a mix of like Arkham. I'll say like a mix of Arkham and a top-down beat 'em up, just because of the camera style. Okay, but it's kind of like Arkham and the old school Assassin's Creed. Okay, it was like you versus 5 guys. Go, like there's a parry, there's a counter, there's a dodge. Nice. So that's kind of like in fighting mechanics. That's kind of the vibes it was giving me. Arkham / the good. the good Assassin's Creed before they did levels and health bars and shit.
Right, exactly.
It was like, oh look, like 20 guards. I'm gonna kill all of you. So
very true there.
Yeah, and they showed how they showed how the difficulty scales and stuff like that.
Interesting stuff, man. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for that. Speaking of PlayStation, there's an article on PlayStation blog talking about Elder Scrolls Skyrim as they announced the 10th year anniversary edition out November 11th. The same time that it came out 10 years ago. So it says here in quote, on November 11, 2011, Elder Scrolls Skyrim made its debut, making its mark in gaming history. This November, Skyrim celebrates a decade of epic journeys, dragon battles, arrows in the knee, and of course, countless stories told by Elder Scrolls' most important denizens, you. That's why Bethesda Game Studios is celebrating Skyrim's 10th anniversary by focusing on those who chose Skyrim as their home away from home, the fans. So it says here, the anniversary edition contains the full game plus all 3 expansions, Vanguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn, as well as all the enhancements found in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. The anniversary edition also contains over 500 unique pieces of Creation Club content, including quests, dungeons, bosses, weapons, spells, and more. End quote. So the rest of that's just kind of jargon. But I know if you have the special edition, you get a free upgrade, basically.
That's me.
So that's a benefit there. One thing I did find interesting, though, is that there's a lot of people that were like kind of annoyed by the announcement.
I'm upset because remember I just put like 40 hours in the Skyrim Collector's Edition.
That's right. You did a whole stream. You did a whole stream on it.
I did multiple streams. I put like I'm like 50 plus hours in.
Shit.
And it was crazy because like literally like this because I was having Game Ready D. Oh, that's what I was like. That's what I was thinking of earlier when you're saying like, oh, you should play 12 minutes. You should play 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was gonna reply. I was gonna reply with my Game Ready DD. I'm already like playing 5 games. But so yeah, I was like, oh, I'm itching to play another game. Like, are you playing like 5 games? My brain goes like, we can play one more. I'm like Outer Worlds, Sea of Thieves, Ace Combat, Psychonauts 2. Battlefield 1 with the guys. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna get back. I literally loaded up Skyrim not more than 2 days before that fucking news dropped.
Oh my god.
So I had just put like again a few more hours in. I just put a few more hours in, and then the new one's coming out. I'm just like, dude, fuck. And the thing is, a part of me wants to play it with a fucking Series X optimization. I just
yeah, man.
Because between one, the graphics update and an FPS and stuff, and 2 with the more mods that have come out.
Yeah.
I at least have to load it up and see. And here's the thing for me. This is another reason. Just real quick soapbox tangent. This is another reason why I fucking shit on Fallout 76 all the time because I fucking loved Skyrim and Fallout 4. And then it did me dirty with Fallout 76.
Yeah.
That's that scar clearly hasn't healed. Based on I'm not too polite towards Tom Howard now. So here's Todd Howard. Go fuck yourself.
I know we used to be like the mastermind,
dude. Because it's 10 years later, and I'm just like, I gotta do it. It's like another like 4th fucking. It's like George Lucas's prequels. It's like George Lucas's fucking 4th remake, director's cut, digital edition, special, anniversary cut. It's like again like the 4th or 5th fucking remake now, and it was like
exactly.
I gotta do it, but my save file doesn't fucking transfer.
And there's some pretty funny reactions here. So on the Instagram for the IGN, Weekly Recon says this is the 4th time they re-released this crying emoji. One person says, I ain't even mad, this is funny as fuck. It says the only challenger to GTA 5.
Right, I know.
One person says, why? Who is still asking for this game? And then one person says, Todd Howard back at it again.
Dude, I like how it was already a fucking meme of how many times they're gonna remake this game.
Dude, it's nuts.
Like for the, I remember I still remember the Super Bowl ad for when it was announced for the Switch, but it was like they showed like the fucking Skyrim fridge.
Yeah.
And it was Keegan-Michael Key from Key and Peele.
Oh yeah.
He was he was the taller guy from Key and Peele, previously Matt TV. Yeah, he was the one doing a Super Bowl ad of like, Alexa, it's like, do a shout. And he was like just voice. It was like a voice coming out to the Skyrim game.
Nice.
And it's like 10 years later, and it's like because I completely get the 10th anniversary, like them celebrating the 10th anniversary, but really releasing the whole fucking game. Yeah,
exactly.
It's like a tweet.
Well, and
an update.
and Todd Howard kind of got spicy. He was like, if you don't want it, then stop playing it.
Well, my thing is like, with all these upgrades and stuff nowadays, it's like why? And plus of how much that game has been improved by the modding community, why release a whole new game? Just do a fucking like giant update.
That's fair. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like again, to a point, Xbox players get some of the mods, which I think was hilariously awesome. Like, yeah, we know this game doesn't hold up to 2 minute standards, but guess what? The modders that made it so, you can use them now. And like I said, that doesn't include the fucking easily in the hundreds number of mods that PC players have access to. So
that's fair.
Again, them celebrating the 10th anniversary, totally get that. So it was an industry changing game.
Yeah.
It came out on a perfect timing release date, 11/11/11. I will always remember my friend's kid's birthday because his birthday's the day before. He was born like at 10 p.m.
Oh wow!
So if you'd have just snuck in there for like 2 more hours, his birthday would have been 11/11/11.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but my friend's kid's birthday is like I said 11/10/11.
Nice. Good stuff.
Even though I'm like disappointed and like I'm like, fuck, I gotta try it.
Goddamn Skyrim, man.
I gotta try it, man.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about Skyrim that's like another reason why this game pulls you in is when the game loads up, it starts doing the Dragonborn song. Sorry. Yeah. It's like you load it up. It's like whoa, boom, boom. Boom, boom, and then the menu loads up, boom, 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 and you're like, "Fuck, let's go!" And you immediately want to like, "Yep, let me put 200 more hours in this fucking game." Like it just immediately just fucking grabs you, just pulls you back in, man.
It really does.
It really does, dude. The composer? I wish I don't know, but I wish the composer was known by name. Of who did that?
Jeremy something. I remember listening to the soundtrack on Spotify a lot.
Dude, Todd Howard needs to kiss that man's fucking feet.
In grad school. I think it's Jeremy Soule, Soule.
Okay.
Yeah.
Todd Howard, find Jeremy Soule and suck his fucking toe. Because you owe so much of that game's success to that man.
It's one of the greatest compositions in video game history.
It's just, oh my god, because not only with the trailer, again with the game, I love everyone's first to a point, everyone remembers of not their first dragon encounter, like a dragon encounter, because you're just like walking around like, what's that music? you're walking, you're just like, you're picking up flowers, you're picking flowers and fucking butterflies to make potions. You're just like, oh, here's iron. I need to level my smithing. What's that noise? What? Well, I'm hearing the trailer song.
Right. I used to just want, dude. I feel like for Skyrim, just to go on this like tangent because we're here, fuck it. It used to be just like really good for like my mental health. I used to just pull up the game and just wander and just hear the soundtrack, dude. Like not even doing anything, just wandering throughout Skyrim and hearing the amazing soundtrack, dude. Like that, calmed me down.
That game for its time was the king of killing time by doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like even during my stream, there'll be times where like I was doing like a continuation, but at some point I had to stop. I kind of stopped doing the stream, or like doing, it's like off stream stuff. Because again, it's like I was telling you on the side how I'm playing the game, but me making potions, then me making potions and armor and weapons over and over again, and enchanting, doing this tedious fucking loop to level up. I'm leveling up, but it's not entertaining. I'm just like, I make a potion, so my potion levels up. I make a weapon, so my weapon levels up. I make an armor, so my armor levels up. I enchant it, so my enchanting levels up. And the way Skyrim works is the more traits you level up, the more you level up your hard level. So that's why that's why it's like in between streams I'm level 20 and we're back level 26. Just I can't even, because and it's not like it was like it felt tedious. It's not like, oh, this is stupid. Like, it didn't feel grindy. Again, when you're just like, hey, what have you been doing? I'm walking here to here, so yeah, what'd you do? Oh, not much. You having fun? Fuck yeah.
You make a really good point, and then just kind of wrapping up this segment, it's one, annoying that these remakes happen, but then also it's nice because games as a medium do not age well by nature, and
normally they don't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So by having the classics like this that absolutely, kind of have to have, I feel like, a remake. It's kind of it's like something as epic as King Kong or Godzilla, or just some of those classic films, that should be remade just for the next generation to see the film or the movie in general, and they can backpedal if they want to see the other original classic remakes. There's just such an importance to gaming as far as for really making a remaster of a classic fucking game, not a bullshit. If there's a remaster of Cyberpunk, I probably wouldn't buy it.
Yeah. The remaster version, which one? The one where it works. But there, piggybacking and continuing to a point, I think continuing to you, because remember we were listening, top games of whatever, the decade, and we are both like Skyrim.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a handful of games that are industry changers, they will forever leave their mark on the industry, and two, remind anyone that both gamers that play it and people that watch it, or housemates or partners or friends, because I think to a point, argue to a point, even a handful of girl, that's not a stereotype, but a handful of girlfriends have seen of how games can be movies.
Yeah.
We've heard the stories how family members have watched their, family member, friend, or partner play Uncharted and be like, oh yeah, this is a game. I forgot. That was a really cool movie.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit. Yeah.
And I mentioned it, till this day, man, the marketing on that game was amazing. Again, tying in, the soundtrack, the fucking theme, and I forget his name. I mixed him up with Christopher Lee. It's not Christopher Lee, but another, the guy that played Saruman. No.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He played the original Dracula back in the day.
Yeah, his. No, I said Saruman. I'm like, wait, no, that's Christopher Lee. I just mix them up.
Yeah.
They're already here. Oh, okay. In Force Awakens, he played the guy that gave the Luke chip to whatever in the opening, one of the opening scenes of The Force Awakens.
Fuck.
Oscar Isaac is talking to an old guy that had the USB chip for Luke's map, and that guy. Again, I mix him with Christopher Lee a lot, but again, he was the voice of the Greybeards, and the trailer of we were just talking about the trailer last week, remember?
Right.
It was when it dawns in fire, and I'm like, let's fucking go. The trailer is so good. I love that. It's they were warned when the age of Oblivion, when the age of Skyrim will come.
Max von Sydow?
Maybe. I don't know.
Some guy.
But it's when it dawns in fire, and it's let's go. And the music starts playing.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy again. A very resounding voice, commanding voice.
I'm familiar with him from playing the priest in The Exorcist.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, crazy stuff,
dude.
Yes, indeed. Well, to wrap up the show, I thought this would be hilarious to talk about. Speaking of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls. As we know, Elder Scrolls is a very addicting game, and for certain really popular movie stars, even the prior game, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, was a very addicting game as well. And for Mr. James McAvoy, who plays Professor X in the X-Men, some of the X-Men movies, he was so addicted to the game, he actually burned the disc. And,
Oh my God.
according to PC Gamer, says here, nobody tell him about Skyrim for the love of God.
And it's like the mechanics have updated. Oh, hey, by the way, hey, there's this dwarven door. Just this random cave. You should enter it. It's a small cave. Surprise! It's like half the size of the map that's underground.
So here, continuing on, it says, you may know James McAvoy from his role as the younger Professor X in the X-Men series, or from other movies like Atonement, or It Chapter 2, or from the time he turned out to actually be quite good on baking in the Great British Bake Off. Or recently he started in time loop adventure game 12 Minutes. Yeah, he does the voice acting, I guess.
Oh, really?
For the guy, yeah.
Oh, cool. I gotta check it out.
Which is why he's in Forbes talking about video games. It turns out, as a younger and less famous actor, McAvoy played a lot of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. He says, in quote, that was the kind of game I'd always been into as a kid, he said. Role-playing games, Zelda, Secret of Mana, all that kind of stuff. Like, I love fantasy role-playing games, end quote. Since his love for Oblivion became a problem because he was playing Anne Hathaway's love interest in period drama Becoming Jane at the time. He said, I'm like having to go to bed at 10 p.m. because I'm getting up 6 a.m. every morning, McAvoy explained. I've got a ton of lines and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just staying up until 4 in the morning just playing Oblivion.
What a boss.
It came to a head where he pulled an all-nighter that ended at 5:35 a.m., 10 minutes before a car arrived to take him to the set.
No.
Turning to a drastic solution, he turned on the gas stove. I just put the disc on it and watched it sort of like singe and melt a little bit.
Fuck, dude.
And I was like, right, we're done. We're over. Never again.
Oh my God.
Lastly, it says that was the end of the Oblivion habit. Finally, though, within 4 years, McAvoy would be playing Professor X, a role initiated by Patrick Stewart, who played Emperor Uriel Septim the Seventh in
Oblivion, yeah. Dude. That's a crazy, like...
Oh my God, what a great article.
It's like it's like that phrase of, like 6 degrees or something like that. It's like how dots randomly connect.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart voices a character in Oblivion. James McAvoy gets addicted to Oblivion. James Stewart plays Magneto. Recommends McAvoy. Hey, I know. Why do I know this voice? Oh yeah, I burned the game you're in because I was playing it too much. Dude, those are the funnest. That's happened to me multiple times, even recently.
Have you been addicted to a game that much where it's like, fuck, this is crazy?
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when Skyrim, again, back to Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, and again, for those of you that aren't familiar with Bethesda, like Bethesda used to make news other than glitches. Whenever like a main Bethesda game would drop, like Fallout 4 and Skyrim, you always see news of like number of daily visits to Pornhub like exponentially decreases because Skyrim or Fallout 4 just dropped. I love hearing that.
I think I saw that article. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, or how much collectively things are affected, like daily YouTube views, Netflix users and shit. It just drops because everyone's playing Skyrim, or Oblivion, same thing too. There's Oblivion. I didn't play Oblivion. I missed that one, but again, same thing. You talk to them and they're like really played Oblivion, and like pretty much no one will say like, oh yeah, I just popped it on. No,
exactly.
No, you're like, I know life did.
That's so funny. Yeah, I remember there was some type of funny statistic where it was like, oh man, the crime is really low. Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like there's less people in jail. Like, man. Why do you feel bad about this? Because obviously it's profitable. But yeah, man, I would say for a game that did that for me as far as addiction, the Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 9 and 10. I almost missed my bus to school because I was on disc 3 to 4 because the disc 3 just ended, and I was like, oh my God. god! And I almost missed my bus to school in elementary school. And then the other one was fucking Final Fantasy X in middle school. I put like 55 hours in that game. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, that was amazing. I maxed out my character, which all my characters. I was like nuts.
There's been a lot of RPGs I no-lifed.
Yeah.
Because it's easy when you have no life. But he says like the 5, you know, like he stopped at 5:30 when he's 10 minutes out from like a car pickup. Like, oh fuck. I've definitely had those even recently. So as mentioned, we mentioned it multiple times on the show. Our mutual friend Victor in the army in Japan, because of time change. You know, when I play it, like he gets on.
Yeah.
Like after a work day, like our local time 1 a.m. Because the time change, and the thing is, it's like, so I'm playing games with him for a few hours. I'm just like, oh, I should stop. Like I'm not tired, but I should stop. And I go to get up or I move and I look at my blinds. And it's like, oh, the sun's up. Oh, the sun's up. I should get to bed even though I'm not tired. But yeah, there's definitely. Again, like the memes, like, you know, the memes of like, you know, it's like a, you know, Sunday night or something like that. And like, or like whatever, the kids and then, you know, the guys are like, oh, I should stop now. And it's like, I hear my wife waking up. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, those are great.
You're playing that game the whole fucking time I was asleep. I'm sorry.
I know, it's like
can't play when you're awake. Fuck.
And yeah, it's like sleeping's for the weak when you're playing a RPG. And but yeah, definitely Fallout and Skyrim are like just no life. And again, one of the reasons, like we talked about, one of the reasons it's easy to fucking no life and like James over here stay up all night is because like we've been over 3 hours picking up flowers, walking around the trail, looking at goats, killing spiders.
Yeah, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, again, it just those style of games, especially the Bethesda games, from random encounters to discoveries to stories and quests, just has so much shit.
Yeah, and replay value.
Yeah, replay value.
Jesus.
And the more we talk about it, I'm just like, and since it comes with a free upgrade, I'll be playing the fucking 10-year anniversary. It's just so good. And
do you think it's gonna be, because I know like Game Pass has the special edition? Do you think like Game Pass owners are gonna get it for free?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. Heard about the Game Pass link yet, but yeah. I think it will be. Yeah. Again, $7.5 billion to check to Todd Howard. Put that shit on fucking Game Pass.
Yeah, because I think I have the special edition on Steam. So if in fact it carries over for PC.
But the thing is, at least for me, I can say upside there, it's the free upgrade. So even non-Game Pass, yay me!
Fuck yeah! But again,
you know, Todd Howard's like, no, we won't. You know, this won't be on Game Pass. Phil Spencer backhands him $7.5 billion. Put this shit on fucking Game Pass.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? So
seriously, bro,
that's what I'm betting.
Crazy stuff.
Ooh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be an Xbox exclusive, but it's not.
For which one?
The Ultimate, the 10th anniversary.
Oh yeah, it's for everything. I don't think it's exclusive.
Yeah, it's for everything.
Well, we're wrapping up here on the show. Anything else that maybe I forgot to cover that we should discuss? Oh, for just as a heads up for everybody, for next week, we are doing another bye week. Coincidentally, fantasy football starting up. But we're not gonna have an episode next week. We're gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be in Seattle. So I will not be next to my good friend here doing an episode. So the week after, you should expect an episode for Gamers for Life. Mm-hmm.
Keep it on the Instagram though.
Yeah,
still be putting out news.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll definitely be putting some stuff out, so you guys are still in tune. And then I guess that'll wrap it up here for the Gamers for Life podcast. Again, each and every Saturday discussing all things games. I'm one of your hosts, Jerrell. With me is my co-host, my right-hand man, Arthur Thomas.
That's me.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will see you the week after next week. Bye now.
2 weeks.